everybody. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. So I'm just on. I'm gonna admit to you all. I've been going through some stuff, and when I'm going through stuff, I become very quiet. And I could say 2 days ago, something started to shift. Yesterday, massive shift, and then there's today. So I am so grateful for this friggin' amazing community that I'm a part of. Um, there's endless number of you guys and that I follow, and I just nothing but have heartfelt gratitude because when I say this, when you know who you are, that never goes away. But things, not things, necessarily things, etc., but with this transition that we're going through, that I could say the word self-doubt, lack of realization of who I am, though yet I know who I am, etc. And it's a very lonely journey to be on. But I'm so grateful. I'm sorry, I just noticed my dad's ball swing. Wow. Wow. Sorry. So, these last couple of days have been just very quiet to be within me. And I don't reach out to people easily or lightly, which a lot of us don't. But I'm so grateful for those who speak of what's going on, because it takes this craziness that we feel inside, shifts that. And, I could say just haven't been feeling like myself, my normal self. And struggling to a point, but struggling with which side is up and which side is down. And didn't know I was going to be talking about this. But maybe I need to express this with you all. Because most people would not understand what this is. And I'm so grateful for so many of you guys. So grateful. And I try to do my best to get the hell out of my own way and just be open to observe. It's hard at times to observe. But yet I know I'm okay. It's like when I reached out to a friend of mine on Sunday morning. I love this lady, Irina. Normal is a very wide range of on normalities. Yeah. Because what is normal? Because our normal is what we already know or have experienced. It doesn't make it real, wrong, or not real. It doesn't make it that. It is what we go through. But here's the thing is this, none of us are fucking broken. And this is how scary it was for me. As some of you guys know, or most of you guys know, um, Spirit told me last October 21st to come off these meds. I've been wanting to come off them for a few years because I've been caught up in the Western medical system since 1996. And on April 11th, I finished the major one. May 2nd, I think it was the other one. What, in this process of coming off them, like all this energy was moving through me. Of course, I express it through my guitar. I was so scared. On the weekend, because I didn't want to go back on them. That's how scared I was. And I reached out to my longtime friend who's medical intuitive and everything. She's just freaking amazing. I'm so grateful for our friendship. And she was able to get back to me Sunday night. And I spoke up. But yet, there was something inside of me that knew I don't need to. It's just what I'm going through right now, which a lot of us are going through. And I just wanted to give you guys an idea how scared I was. Because literally I'm flying solo for the first time since 1996, meaning no medications to cover or mask or shut me down. And so this process, what I go through, is it me? Is it this? I look at what's in my control, what is not. I do a lot of inner reflecting. Hi, Robin. This is my longtime sister friend from Ireland, Robin Nicole. If you guys are not familiar with her, I encourage you. And for me, I've come so far, I don't want to go back. And go far doesn't mean just coming off the meds, it's everything. It's everything. And this music that has been being channeled, like it's always been channeled, but it's like a part of me that didn't have a way to express itself, or an opening I could call it. This looper, as most of you guys know, has cracked me open big time. And this process, in the 6 months coming off of all these meds, and the experience and just everything, like, holy shit, this is me. And since about April, and since April, it's like stuff I used to do. If you hear the alarm, don't worry about it. They're doing fire alarm testing here today, and I was waiting till they came to my suite before I came on here. And I'm sitting here just jamming by myself, and all of a sudden I could see out of my corner of my eye, and I went like this, and this guy, and I have my earbuds in because I don't hear nothing when my earbuds are in. But here's the thing: is that I'm finding that music I used to play, just just the acoustic, I never tried doing it with the looper, and now I'm utilizing the looper into what I've always been doing, and I go, woo, woo. And that's what I was doing before I come on live here. And I guess the reason why I'm speaking this, because obviously Spirit wants me to talk about this, is that I know there's a lady in our community. Some of you may know her, and some of you may not. I'm not going to even say your name. It's not my place. But I get the sense she keeps on reaching externally to find out what's wrong with her. And I'm not saying there's not something wrong with her, medically speaking. I'm just saying that I know from my understanding to understanding that we, I know because I was in the same boat. Oh, there must be something wrong with me. And now I realize, no, that's part of the old program. How society, it's like, I say I'm not broken. Because I know I'm not. And that's what I love about, I've had a couple people reach out to me over the weekend. One lady, she goes, you're in my dreams last night. I didn't write it down, so I don't remember what it was about. And when I got her, this was Sunday, when I got her message, and I just started crying. So I just said to her, I said, no, to be quite honest, I'm struggling right now. I said, I know I'm okay, but I'm struggling. And I feel that it's my resistance. Because trying to hold over here instead of just allowing just the process we all go through. Is everything that I do know and understand completely within myself. There's never been anything wrong with me. So, because if I can't, how do I say this? That I want to show up as I am because of who I am and what I'm here to offer. And my music is a total reflection on my inner expansion within myself. And I'm so fucking proud of myself for taking the time and stop this trying to be what the external world thinks I should be. Act, say, do, behave. And sometimes that's a struggle. Because to decipher what was the old program to what is now. And that's where I'm consciously, to the best of my ability, to be conscious of who I really am. And I cannot thank so many people. It's endless gratitude. Because when I connected with this community, really big time, started 3.5 years ago, beginning of 2020. And found all these people. But what I've come to learn and understand through all of you, and how much I've grown, because it's, you know, the amount of deception and deceiving by so many people, even in our own community. I was a beautiful sister friend of mine, Christy Aguilera. She posted something yesterday and just fucking spoke truth and cut through the fucking bullshit, because if somebody says, I can teach you this, I can teach you that, fuck that. This stuff is an inner job. It's an inner opening up to our true, authentic selves. Some of you guys are very conscious of the fact you're connected to the Pleiadians, to the, you know, on and on. And I get that. And it doesn't mean I'm not connected to it, I'm just not aware of that on a conscious level, but subconsciously I do know. It's just like my music. It's like I've had people reflect back to me when I play a song. Excuse me. When I play a song, they go, I feel it's this or I feel it's that, you know, and I could be, and it very well most likely is, and that's why it's channeled. You know, I don't need to understand where exactly it's coming from or what it's about. Over time, I usually find out, but I don't need to know in the moment. I just allow whatever's happening. And it's like, anyone who's been listening to my music for the last 3 years, let alone 2 years, let alone 1 year, let alone 6 months, let alone the last month, like, holy shit. Because it's me stepping into me, opening up, trusting everything that I get to do. I don't need to freaking understand it all. And that's where we get caught up in the brain. Get the fuck out of the brain. Go inside, go into your heart space. That's the link. And it's like, you know, I made a commitment to my beautiful sister, Linda Christine, that she approached me, what, a week and a half ago, whatever it is now, and to record a song for her podcast. She's tired of dealing with the bureaucracy of all these different outlets where you can use their music. And I said, yeah, here you go. And I said, I feel it's this one. And she listens, she goes, yeah, yeah. And that's so, you know, I've been trying, here I am in the midst of all this shift, right? As Todd says, shift, right? It is shift. It's not fucking shit. It's shift, S-H-I-F-T, because we're shifting. So here I am in the midst of the shiftings, and I made this commitment to her, yes, you'll have it. And, you know, every time I try to, because, you know, you guys all know, like, if I'm on here, like, where I'm not even, when I'm recording a song for this kind of intention, it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game. It's not like me coming in here, which I'm going to do after I finish doing this. I'm going to do another video, which is going to be music, because that's what my intention was. Come on here, do music. Then all of a sudden I started speaking. I went, okay, let's just go with it. And I'm sorry, just lost my thought here. I'll come back. Oh yeah. So, you know, here I am, so I sent her a message on Saturday. Look, I've recorded like 5, 10 times, yeah, at least 10 times, and I listen back, I'm not happy. And through this recording process, I've been learning for myself, don't fucking mess around, don't worry, because I was online doing this recording, because I love your guys' energies, and I love sharing this with you. And the song is called Reflections of the Heart. And so on Sunday, I nailed it. Or no, it was yesterday morning. I think it was it was Sunday or Monday. Yeah, the 11th, whatever the 11th is. Yeah, so Sunday, I nailed it. And I'm not looking for perfection, but I do care about what I do, especially being recorded, recording that's going to be used. And, so, by the way, I'm going to be recording tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for Christine's podcast. To be quite honest, I'm not sure what the title is, but once it's released, I'll definitely share it on my timeline if you guys want to go have a listen. And I have a feeling that, and this is just a sense of myself, that her podcast is something about the owl and the crow. Anyway, it doesn't, but, and because one of the things when Christine approached me about doing, she goes, I'd like to have you on my podcast as well. I said, sure, love it, which I do. Because that's what I realized, that's how I'm going to get out to you all who I am and what I do. And, this will be my third podcast in 2 weeks. Yep, I think so. Definitely my third and my fourth interview in 3 weeks. 3 weeks to be safe. Yeah. So you guys, if you guys have a podcast or you want me to come on, I'm very open as long as it's in alignment. And if it's not in alignment, don't take it personally because it's not personal. And, when somebody asks me, I know instantly if it's yes or no. I know instantly. And I don't like to say no. And none of us do. But I need to honor who I am and what I do. And everything has to be in alignment. And most of you guys truly do understand what that means and what that is. And, yeah. I'm just so, even this morning, I was waiting for these guys to come into my suite to do the alarm testing. I was sitting here and I was playing the song and I went, well, there I am. I'm back. Because my connection with my guitar, I may try to fool myself. I may try to fool you guys to a point. But when I go play my guitar, I really know. I truly, really know. And I was just flying this morning and I go, yeah, let's go. Let's have some fun. But that's just how I'm truly feeling inside. And I think that's the thing for all of us. I look at myself and my thoughts to what I watch. We have to be very conscientious about every single thing that we allow in and around us, because it will and can affect us. It sure can. Remember, we make choices, so no matter what we watch, but it's being aware how it's starting to make us feel. We can change that. We have the ability to change it without explaining dick all to anybody. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure that's all I got to say right now, but that is all I got to say at this moment. And I'm going to end this, and I'm going to come right back and just play. Just play. Okay? Hugs and loves. Thanks for hanging out with me now or later. Blessings, everybody. We've got this. I even had a couple, actually, on the weekend I had this lady, every now and again she reaches out to me. And she double checks with me on, because we're all struggling, like who's real, who's not real. And, I've turned her on to a few people that I know. Susanna Mara is one of the people. Todd Medina is one of the real people. His beautiful wife, Morgan Lee, is one of the real people. And, because this doubt that creeps in wherever it comes from doesn't matter. It creeps in. Like I said, what side is up and what side is down? And she just double checked with me. She goes, because she's struggling too. And I said back to her, I said, I'm struggling as well. But these people are the real deal. Because that's where, there's a lot of, I call them wannabes, and that's not meant to be disrespectful. It is meant to be, they mean well, but we have to use our discernment and pay attention to our fucking gut. Doesn't matter how they present themselves to be, right? I know somebody that does a show, right? And, I know that they're being guided to do this. I get that to a point, but trying to be something that you're not, I have an issue with that. And that was been part of my struggles as well is, was it me? And I do this, and which is good. There's nothing wrong with this. But coming out of this place I've been in for quite a few weeks, and that I realized, no, I understand that not all frequencies match. I get that. It's not about frequencies, it's about respect. And, I've spoken about this quite a while ago about this person. Their lack of respect. And they're not capable or able to look at themselves to go, no, yeah, you did say, I'm not talking to anybody. Well, that fucking means what I'm saying. Because I had to reread the back and forth messages that her and I had. And I'm reading it, and I know I was very clear. I don't cut people. I don't have time to chat. What's the issue? What's the problem? Let's get to the root of it. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. I really don't care. But basically, don't fucking waste my time. If you want to do it that way, go ahead. I've been there. I've been through this process. I know exactly what needs to be done by the government. That's all I'm saying to you. And her interpretation is that I'm being rude because I'm cutting her off. No, I don't have time to talk. I'm not able to talk to people right now. If something's going on with you, great. Let me try to help you. But that's it. And what Spirit really showed me in the weekend is I was very clear. And I'm not responsible for their, I could say, lack of or inability to listen and hear what's being said, because they're so caught up in their own stuff, in their anxieties, and they're stressed out, they're maxed out financially, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that. I get it. That's where my compassion comes. But I will not allow anybody to try to project, to make me think that I've done something wrong when I haven't. No. And this has been I'm being quite honest, that's been part of my struggle, and there's that part of me that wants to defend myself. I got nothing to defend. Stand in my truth, stand in my integrity. And I think this person's maybe done, I'm guessing, 30 shows, online. But, I can feel, and this is the thing is that, about our expansion. And when I say this, I've had other people, this one person was struggling, and I reached out to her, called her. I said, what's going on? Because I was concerned for her well-being. And we talked that one time for a couple hours, and I said to her, near the end, I said, just so you know, I don't talk to people. So in other words, don't think this is going to happen repeatedly, constantly. It's not. I can't. But the beautiful part was she heard me. And I reached out to her a week later just to check up on her to make sure she was hanging in there, doing okay, and she really come back to me and she goes that I'm just respecting your boundaries about your privacy. And I said, no, and I appreciate that, and I do, and that's why I still communicate with that person because they respect my boundaries. She heard what I said. She knew I meant what I said. As much as she would like for us to have more conversations, if she really needed me, I will be there for anybody. But I can't. I'm just not able to at this time. There's not enough of me. I have enough time trying to keep my own self together, I could say. And that's why I appreciate the people who respect my boundaries and not intrude on my space. No wonder I take the time that I take, because I do a lot of inner reflecting and trying to understand. And I had a beautiful sister yesterday. I'm going to say, I know I'm not going to say her name properly. I met her at Soulful Fest last year. She was on fire, and that's a word I'm going to use. And because we can feel when people speak truth. And she went for like an hour. It was exactly what I needed to hear. And that's what I'm finding, you know, there's a couple of sisters of mine, Linda Christine every day pulls a card. Another sister, I can see her face. She's over in the UK. I want to say her name, but it's just not there right now. She pulls a card every day, and I love going there just to listen to what, and it's short and sweet, to the point. That is what I love. These stories, you know, it's just, those two women have gotten me through a lot in the last week. Two amazing women. And tomorrow I get to hang out with Linda Christine for the first time. And I'll get to express that to her when I see her online to record the podcast. I want to express my gratitude. And that's the thing with all of this, with what we do and what we share, we're being guided all the time. You know? Yeah. God, I love you guys. You guys have no idea how much you've helped me. And I want to express my gratitude for you holding space for me. Just giving me the space and holding space for me to be with this as I muddle my way through it. Yeah. And that's where we've got this. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back and gonna end this, save it, and then I'll do video too, which will be music. Thank you for listening. Hugs and loves.